think of other artists as my enemies. Like, you can't trust the competition, drawing is a difficult job, you need to make your own opportunities. Right now, as I'm filming this video, I'm at the Brussels Comic Book Festival, La Fête de la BD, for signings, video shootings, and international artist networking events in a hotel kindly sponsored by the Luxembourgish Embassy and Unique. So it's a totally crazy first for me, and it would never have been possible without other artists. Trusting other illustrators has really opened such unexpected doors for me, and I just want to share my story to inspire you and show you how much your life can change when you decide to move from competition to collaboration. Anyways, as always, welcome back here where we talk about art and business every Tuesday at 6 p.m. If you want to make a living with art and haven't done so yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'd love to see you again. Now, let's dive in. Okay, I'm doing this with glasses because my contact lenses have killed my eyes. So when I was younger, I was copied, like in art classes at high school, when I had my first drawing contracts, and also when I was freelancing. And this really had a big impact on me despite the successes I had, and especially because deep down I lacked a lot of self-confidence. I told myself that I should never talk business with other artists because they would take all the good ideas for themselves, that anyone could replace me, and that I would lose everything I had worked so hard for. As a result, I really struggled alone for years to find solutions, testing and figuring things on my own, and it's really not glamorous to admit, but these fears were just a part of me. By the way, if you were also in such a situation, please share your experience in the comments. There are certainly other aspiring artists in the same situation who don't dare to talk about it, who might think that there is even something wrong with them. So if that can help some of you, I think it's important to have an open talk about these sensitive topics too. So one day a ministry contacted me for a commission. They were writing to me on behalf of another artist whom I respect very, very much, who had refused this project and who had recommended me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are you handing over such an important commission on a silver plate? So I contacted that artist to thank him. It was a first for that kind of commission for me. And his kindness even went further as he suggested me how to set up my quote and pricing. And honestly, I had been keeping all my little secrets for fear of not succeeding, and my vision of the world was totally turned upside down. It was a great life lesson, and in retrospect, I realized the client needed an illustrator for this project, and they would keep looking until they found one. This other artist had made the choice to help them by recommending an acquaintance, because he knew that we artists are all in the same situation at the end of the day, and that we're always happy to have work because, well, it's what allows us to live. As we mentioned in a previous video, turning down a project is a strength because it shows that you don't accept anything just for the money, and the client will respect you even more. It also shows a certain maturity in the sense that you are aware of your value, that everyone is different and has something to contribute. You don't necessarily realize it at first when you're in the beginning in survival mode, like, I have to succeed at all costs, but yeah, it's really an important mindset shift. As an artist, there will always be projects that don't suit you, and the client will definitely keep looking for an illustrator. So why not help each other and spread the word to artists whose work and quality you appreciate and respect? It truly does benefit everyone. The client will be grateful, it will be a nice surprise for the other artist, and they will appreciate you for it, and even for you, you will see that you'll feel super happy that you were able to help a colleague in the way that you would have wanted to be helped too. And to take it a step further, recommendations are good, but direct collaborations are even better. Everyone has their own world, their own experience, their own contacts, their own audience, and when you combine all these elements together, you can get crazy crazy results promised. And to illustrate this, I'll present Fortific, a self-published collaborative comic book for UNESCO, and which was sold in every Luxembourgish bookstore. And this book is also the reason why I'm currently here. 2 years ago, I joined the board of Vrienden van de Negende Kunst, so Friends of the Ninth Art, an association created to unite Luxembourgish comic artists, to launch projects, and to support and promote national comics. Anyway, seeing these same, more experienced artists regularly has allowed me to evolve so much, because deep down I've come to realize that ultimately we are all the same. Some are afraid to ask for higher rates, some can't really sell themselves, some struggle to find clients, and I really realized we are all the same. And we can share experiences, give each other advice, in short, pull each other up now, because at the end of the day, what each of us wants is simply to continue to draw and do what we love. And seriously, opening up to other people who work in the same field and who are going through or have already gone through the same path as you, who can show you that your doubts are legit and that you can still move forward, is one of the best things that can happen to you. So our first collaborative project was Fortific, a comic book that we created as a group of 9 artists and authors, and the results were crazy. Basically, it started from something very simple. One of us saw a call for projects within the framework of UNESCO 25 years of World Heritage in Luxembourg. We decided to create a comic book together, and one thing leading to another, the project came true thanks to everyone's resources. One was comfortable with the paperwork and finding sponsors, the other had contacts with the press to organize interviews, the other was better at social media, there was another one to organize a launch event, to recommend printers, a graphic designer, translators. In short, the project really grew so much beyond our expectations. And thanks to all these combined efforts, the comic was distributed in all the bookshops in the country, and we even got an order for more French copies than we had even planned to print. It's really amazing for a self-published book. So thanks to this project, we now have requests from schools, bookshops, municipalities, be it for new comics, workshops, exhibitions and projects, and in the end we do everything together now, really. It's kind of funny because as soon as one of us gets a new project, a contact for a new opportunity, we just get the whole team on board, and it allows everyone to have projects that we would not necessarily get on our own. We don't need to spend so much time looking for clients anymore because we share every opportunity together. And for big projects, it makes it way easier to divide the work. Sometimes the person finding the opportunity doesn't even participate. For instance, concerning this event right now, one of us received the email, then we discussed who had the time and the desire to go, and that was it. Honestly, I wouldn't have even dreamed of being invited to a convention sponsored by an embassy someday, and yet it happened, and it's thanks to the others. And this really goes to show that just opening up to others, learning to share and to trust can lead to such unexpected opportunities that would never be possible on your own, and everything goes so much faster. At the end of the day, as artists, we all have the same desires. We want to keep drawing, do what we love, and be appreciated for our work. And I'm sure that for most of us, when we refuse to share information, when we lie to avoid helping someone, it's simply because we lack confidence, we lack security, and we're afraid that we don't belong and that we can't make a living with art. Again, it's not a glorious emotion that we would admit to anyone, but it happens and it's okay. We're humans, and sometimes we're selfish and we look after our own interests before others, and really me first for years. And I felt bad every time it happened, and I listened to my fears rather than what I really wanted to say and do. It happens and it will pass with time. An important concept concept I would like you to remember if you're sometimes in a negative state yourself is that other people's success does not prevent your own success. Just because you didn't get that commission doesn't mean you can't make a living from art. Just because your convention neighbor sells more than you doesn't mean that your art is not good. And yes, it hurts our ego a little because we also want more success, more fans, more money, but in the end, everything is fine. Every artist has their own style, their own way of representing things, their own universe, and everyone will attract their own audience. There are people who will be sensitive to your work and not those of your neighbor. There will be people who appreciate both. A customer who doesn't buy from you does not question your legitimacy. It's just that you don't match their tastes and needs, and that's alright. When you walk around a manga convention, you also don't buy from every booth either. And that's simply because it's not your taste, but there are plenty of other visitors who love what these artists do and they sell just fine. Having lived it for years, I know very well that it's not always easy to open up, but it comes little by little through experiences and encounters. If you have the opportunity, if there are artists you like and respect, see if you can move forward together instead of staying alone. It really doesn't have to be something ultra big. It can be just resharing someone's art on social media, a recommendation, one piece of advice to a younger artist who is just starting out. All of this can already lead to beautiful encounters. And if you know each other better, then why not go a little further, for instance with a mutual Instagram giveaway promoting both of your products, or share expenses for your car travel and convention booth, or even place a group order with a printer for better rates, or maybe even exhibit your work as a group in a pop-up store. There are so many simple possibilities that can benefit everyone. If you trust each other, if you respect each other, and everyone is motivated, I promise it will always be a win-win situation. And to end this episode on a positive note, I invite you to join the artists directory on myartbaseacademia.com. Anyone can create a free portfolio, no matter a style, your level. You're really so welcome, and I hope it will allow you to be seen and to meet other amazing artists. I repost every newcomer on Instagram, so there you go. It's my way of supporting artists now, because I was lucky to be supported by other artists too, and I really want to give back all that love now that I'm in a position and the mindset to do so. As the saying goes, alone we go faster, but together we go further.